Hi, this is Konstantin from Vidalico Digital. Today, I'm going to start a series of HubSpot video tutorials. As a HubSpot solution partners, we at Vidalico Digital noticed that a lot of companies use HubSpot, but not at their full capacity. HubSpot is a great tool to help you streamline your sales and marketing operations, to manage your contacts. But if not used at full capacity, you kind of wasted your money. So today and in the coming weeks, my aim is to show you a couple of things that HubSpot can do for you and how you can perhaps use that in your business. Naturally, we are here to help with any kind of questions or issues that you might have with HubSpot along the way. So let's dive right into it. Today, we're going to talk about contacts. How to manage your contacts, what to do with them, what are the benefits of using the contacts module in HubSpot, and how to add contacts to lists and how to integrate that with other tools, perhaps. So without further ado, let's dive right into it. Once you have a HubSpot account, you have the contacts tab, and let's dive right into it. So here we have a few contacts that we've added to the platform. These contacts could have joined our system via a form, via an event, via an import of a list, etc. But for the sake of the demonstration, let's just add one contact from scratch. And I show you why. So we start with, let's just add Konstantin here. Now, it's important when you add a new contact, if you add it manually, that you add the contact owner. Why is that important? Is because having somebody responsible for the contact will make your life easier when you, for example, create lists or when you have to track what's happening in your organization. For example, how many salespeople manage and work on contacts, right? So let's just add the job title, the phone number, just add, let's just add this one. Now, here's another thing what I want to highlight here. The more accurate and clean your data will be, the better you will manage in the future. So if your organization decides to add the phone number with the plus and the country code, just make sure that everybody in your organization actually adds the contacts in the same way. If you decide to add it with 00 or whatever the format might be in your country, I would encourage you to make it a unified and consistent approach, right? So let's just say I'm a lead. You have different options here: subscriber, marketing, qualified lead. So I'm a lead, and then this is a new lead, right? So let's create Konstantin. Now, right from the beginning, when you create the new contact, you see here kind of like an overview of that contact. On the left side, you have the title, the name, the email address, and a few actions, like you can call the person, you can email directly from HubSpot, you can create tasks, etc. But also all the details that you would have about that contact. Now, there's a lot of properties built into HubSpot as standard properties, and this is kind of a view that I've created now for myself. But what if I want to add a little more data to my view, right? So let's just look at all the properties. And I have a function here where I can search the properties. So for example, I want to add events, right? So I have this property here, events, and I will add it to my view. Now, once it's to my view, I can actually customize it and drag and drop it wherever I want it in my view. So let's see how it looks now. All right, so now as you can see, I have the contact owner, the phone number, the email address. By the way, you can add multiple email addresses here. You can add an additional email address. So for example, all right, so I can save this one. Now I have two addresses here. One I can make primary and the other one is secondary, or I can delete the email address if I want to delete it, right? Then I have the newly created property, the newly added property, and this is events. So for example, let's just say you met this contact at an event, right? Your company is doing multiple events over the year. and you met this person at the Web Summit. Now, we add the person at the Web Summit, but we also, maybe during the year, we meet the same person at Arctic 15. So let's just add Arctic 15 as well. Now we save this property, and this has been kind of like recorded where we met this person. Why is this important? Is because once you or some other person comes and looks at this contact, they will have an overview immediately where you actually met the person. You met them at events. That kind of helps you understand what happened there, that the person is interested in events. I will show you then how this will actually play out in the next thing, into the lists. What you can do still here, you can add notes. You can create a note. For example, if you met the person at an event, you can add a note about the event. So, interested in our chat with your data platform. Wants a demo soon, right? So let's just say that this person was interested in this. You can add the note, but because you most likely will add multiple notes, you can also pin this note at the top of the feed, which means that every other note will come below, and this one will be the first one. Or, for example, you can add a note that the person changed jobs, or the person is not in charge anymore, or whatever that means. Emails. If you send emails to the contact from this system, you would have a thread of all the emails. You can log calls. You can create tasks. For example, let's create tasks now. Schedule demo for chat with your data. Now, once we create the task, we can assign it. So, for example, if you have multiple salespeople in organization, divided by what they do in the organization, like, for example, you have a salesperson that does only demos, or a salesperson who does only business development. So you can assign this person. So, for example, I'm going to assign this person to Peter, who is our responsible for demo, and say, like, please reach out and schedule a demo. Now, I can select the date and a reminder for the person, for example, in 3 business days. Now, once I created this, HubSpot will actually create the task for Peter and will notify Peter that he has to schedule a demo in 3 business days with the person. Again, this is added to the timeline. So if we look at the activity now, we have a note created, we have the upcoming task, and etc. If we add more things to the timeline. If the person booked a meeting, again, it will appear in your timeline. Now, on the right side, which you can hide, obviously, you have the companies associated to this. So you can associate a company to this contact, deals, if you have any, tickets for the support part, attachments, payments. So there's a lot of features here that I'm not going to go deep into them right now, because each one of them would be a session in itself. Now, the contacts, basically having everything in one place, having an overview like this, enables you to better understand what happened to that contact. What was the interaction that your salespeople or marketing people have with that contact? Further down on the left pane, you have also the website activity. So let's just say that your website is built on HubSpot, or you have a tracking code embedded and connected to HubSpot or on a different platform. You will see the website activity on this site, on this view of the contact, which means that every time a contact, this particular contact visits a page, visits a form, downloads something, the activity will be seen here. How is that benefiting you? Is that you know the person is very interested then in your product or service, visiting your site multiple times. You can create then automations and score this particular contact and move it further into the buying process. But later on that. Now, very briefly, I'm going to move into the lists and show you why the lists are important and what you can do with the lists. So in the list, we have quite a few lists here, and I can create a new list. So lists help you segment your contacts based on several criteria. So let's just create a list now. You have a contact-based list or a company-based list. But for the all intents and purposes, most likely you will use in your daily work a contact-based list. So we name it events 2023, or even better, we can say Web Summit 2023. Now, there is an active and a static list. An active list automatically updates over time. It says right here, records will join or leave the list based on different activities. So we created as an active list because since our sales team and marketing team are at events, we would like to update this on a kind of active manner. And now you can add the filters. So let's just look in the contact properties, and then we put here events. All right. Now events is any of, and we can take now the Web Summit because we decided to have an event list just for the Web Summit as its name like this. So as you see, automatically this has been updated with the contact in this. Now this will, if you have a huge database, this will take some time until it updates, but nevertheless you have the list here, and it will I hope I saved it. Yes, so it shows one contact. It's active, it's based, it's owned by me, right? Moving back to contacts, the benefit, one of the biggest benefits of this contacts module, if you want to call it, of the CRM, of the HubSpot CRM, is customer understanding, right? It gives you the possibility to understand what the customer has done, what was the interaction with it, what was the communication with that customer, their behavior with your content, their interaction with your content. It gives you the possibility for a better decision making. It's scalable, so you can scale this your database up to, I think, 1 million contacts that you can segment, that you can play with, that you can better necessarily serve with your products and services. And also it's very efficient because having everything under one roof gives you the possibility to move the contacts from sales to marketing and back and forward. You can integrate it with your support team if you have one, and you can see the whole process from the moment the contact enters, the lead enters your system, your company, your ecosystem, until they become either a customer or an influencer. That said, I hope you actually enjoyed this, and take the time if you have any questions that you would like to ask. We're here to help. Thank you.